Growing fears of tainted Chinese food imports have compelled the government to strengthen rules on country of origin. The job market remains sluggish and is showing no sign of substantial improvement soon. North Korea wants to hold working-level military talks with South Korea Tuesday. Hello and welcome to KBS World News Today. It's Monday, the 29th of September. Growing fears of tainted Chinese food imports have compelled the government and the ruling party to strengthen rules on country of origin label. The opposition camp has blasted the measures as coming too late.
The government and the ruling Grand National Party have announced stricter food safety measures in the wake of the Chinese tainted food scare. Imported foods must now have country of origin clearly labeled and say if the food was produced by another party. The size of such labels must be at least half the size of the brand name on the packaging. Recalled products are required to be announced by running subtitles on TV programs. A second violation of the rules will result in the shutdown of the offending company. Class action lawsuits will be allowed against companies that distribute tainted food.
맞춰야 되기 때문에 2009년 초, 어떤 것은 2009년 말, 이렇게까지 2009년 안에는 가능하면 이루어질 수 있도록 최선을 다하겠습니다.
The ruling party held a meeting of the National Assembly's Health, Welfare and Family Affairs Committee. The talks focused on summoning the heads of confectionery companies as witnesses to a parliamentary hearing. The main opposition Democratic Party has blasted the government and the ruling party for acting too late.
아무 문제가 없다며 손 놓고 있던 무책임한 정부가 뒤늦게야 수입 금지를 시키고 대책을 세운다며 호들갑을 떨고 있는 것입니다.
The opposition party says all Chinese-made products suspected of containing melamine should be inspected. Party members will conduct an on-site inspection at the Gyeongin branch of the Korea Food and Drug Administration. The minor conservative Liberty Forward Party is urging speedier and tougher safety supervision over food imports.
College seniors are updating their resumes and sending out job applications with graduation approaching. But the job market remains sluggish and is showing no sign of substantial improvement soon. The government has announced an emergency plan to stimulate employment growth with the aim of creating 30,000 jobs in public sector.
Fall is traditionally job-searching season in Korea, but job seekers are nervous over their prospects given the expected slump in the job market. This year has seen a monthly average of 183,000 new jobs. That's down 100,000 a month from last year. Thus, the government's target of creating 200,000 jobs a month will be tough. The government has announced an emergency plan for job creation as the labor market remains tight due to unfavorable external factors. The plan is to create 30,000 jobs in the public sectors by the end of this year.
하반기에 바로 실행이 되어 효과가 나타날 수 있는 대책을 중심으로 마련을 했습니다.
Another 4,000 jobs will be created by encouraging companies to launch construction projects first and subsidizing them later. Public corporations will increase their investment in social overhead capital to create another 4,000 jobs. Public agencies will also increase job vacancies or offer internship to create 14,000 jobs. The government will check if the employment plan goes smoothly at monthly meetings of financial officials. Budgets will also be flexibly executed to support job creation. But the plan involves the hiring of interns or trainees, something which is unlikely to significantly stimulate the sluggish job market.
The Buddhist community has accepted the president's apology for having discriminated against Buddhists. The relationship between the government and Buddhists now appears to be on the mend.
Buddhist groups have accepted President Lee Myung-bak's apology for discriminating against Buddhists and his pledge to prevent a recurrence. The agreement was reached Friday at a meeting of Buddhist leaders at the Secretariat of Korea's largest Buddhist order, Choge.
계속 투쟁하기보다는 좀 더 대통령이 국가 경제 발전에 기여하고 또 불교도 사회 문제에 보다 관심 가지는 이런 대승적 차원에서 이 부분에 대해서는 진전된 그런 언급으로.
This is in contrast to the Buddhist rejection of the president's public apology made September 9th. The monks will decide at a regional Buddhist conference November 1st whether to accept an apology from National Police Agency Commissioner General Oh Chung-soo. The Buddhist community had demanded the police chief's dismissal. Nevertheless, Buddhist monks have urged the legislation of anti-religious discrimination at the parliamentary session. They also want leniency for candlelight vigil organizers who are wanted by police. The Buddhist sector says the government's attitude will determine if the regional conference will turn into an anti-government demonstration or a reconciliatory event. The presidential office has welcomed the Buddhist action and promised concerted efforts to resolve religious conflict between the government and Buddhists.
North Korea wants to hold working-level military talks with South Korea Tuesday. Pyongyang made a sudden proposal through an inter-Korean military communication channel last week.
The Defense Ministry says North Korea proposed inter-Korean working-level military talks in a message sent Thursday morning. Pyongyang wants to comprehensively discuss the implementation of inter-Korean agreements. A ministry official says the officials in Seoul are discussing whether to accept the proposal and carrying out the agreements. Ministries are considering asking the North to postpone the talks to early next month. Seoul is also trying to figure out what motivated Pyongyang to make such a proposal. A government official says the message itself provides no clues to North Korea's intentions. Seoul assumes Pyongyang could use the talks as an opportunity to blast the South Korean government's policy toward the North. The two Koreas has not held military talks since the conservative Lee Myung-bak administration took office in Seoul in February. The last inter-Korean working-level military talks took place January 25th on the operation of cargo trains across the border.
Energy conservation and low carbon emissions are being sought in this age of soaring fuel prices. The agriculture sector is cutting energy costs through the use of geothermal power.
This farmer has cultivated paprika for 8 years. Paprika must be grown in high temperatures. But he suffered a 10% decline in export volume since last year because of higher heating costs stemming from surging oil prices.
막상 기름값이 올라간다고 해서 파프리카가 10% 20% 올라가는 것도 아니고 그건 조정할 수가 없으니까 일단 우리가 전략하는 방법밖에는 없다고.
This farmer also grows paprika, but he saves more than 50% in fuel costs. He uses the geothermal heating system, which harnesses ground heat.
절감될 뿐만 아니고 여름에 냉방을 사용할 수 있어가지고 작형을 저희 소비자들이 원하는 작형으로 조정할 수 있었습니다.
Compared to the conventional hot air system, geothermal heating saves 70 to 80% in annual heating bills.
5도씨에서 15도씨 정도의 그 지중열을 흡수해서 히트펌프를 이용해서 약 50도씨 내외의 그 온수를 만들어서 시설 원예를 난방하는 기술이 되겠습니다.
The movement to use alternative energy instead of fossil fuels is spreading fast in agriculture. The Rural Development Administration will provide nearly $60 million in subsidies to farmers willing to pay 20% of the heater replacement cost.
Discussions on the opening of the Korean rice market are in full swing as negotiations for the Doha development agenda have collapsed. Korea had to import a certain amount of rice instead of delaying the full opening of its rice market until 2014. Now the Agriculture Committee favors for the opening domestic market.
Sacks of U.S. rice are stacked in a warehouse. The imported rice is used for making rice cakes or cookies and part of Korea's rice import quota. Korea must increase rice imports by 20,000 tons each year. This figure will rise to 400,000 tons by 2014 to account for 12% of domestic rice consumption. In renegotiation on rice imports in 2004, Korea agreed to delay the full opening of its rice market until 2014. But farmers' groups now say the opening up the rice market is better. They say the import costs are rising with the surge in international grain prices, and the rice import quota will eventually affect the domestic rice market.
높은 곡물가, 또 그 수입 할당 물량 정량 때문에 관세를 빨리 하자는 것입니다.
Rice tariffs will not go down even if the Doha trade talks resume and produce an agreement. Therefore, Korean farmers can still protect their market share if the domestic rice market is opened faster. But many remain cautious over the rice market opening.
농민의 이익에 어느 것이 부합하느냐 그것을 판단해서 국내적으로 별 보완 대책이 또 마련된다면 그 판단은 그때 가서.
The Agricultural Ministry has asked a think tank to analyze Korea's expected gains and losses if the rice market is opened earlier. A final decision on the rice market opening will come after the government collects the public opinions.
The far-reaching impact of the internet has changed product marketing trends. The latest marketing method of digital storytelling allows consumers to create product advertisements themselves.
This web user-created video combines an old ice cream commercial and music from a recent film. The video's growing popularity has spurred other internet users to create spin-offs. The Papi Nom video has helped boost the sales of this ice cream brand 40%. This video clip was produced by an electronics company ahead of its marketing campaign for a refrigerator. The footage has earned the nickname Salad Song and piqued curiosity over the actress appearing in the clip. Salad Song was incorporated into the main ad, raising customer preference for the advertised product. These are examples of digital storytelling marketing in which consumers produce and distribute stories and advertisements.
이게 뭐지라는 이제 그 관심을 이끌게 한 다음에 그다음에 이제 본편을 보여줌으로 해서 이런 광고였구나.
The success of this marketing method is determined by whether the story draws consumer interest and attention.
그들에게 억지로 이야기를 강요하는 것보다는 그들이 하고 싶은 이야기 속에서 브랜드를 녹여 나가는 것이 우리 마케터들이 좀 더 효과적으로 소비자들에게 접근할 수 있는 방법이 아닐까 생각합니다.
The growing power of digital storytellers is bringing a seismic change to corporate marketing.
A festival has featured the folk culture and tradition of Yesan, South Chungcheong Province. The highlight of the Yesan Story Festival was a traditional Korean fable of two loyal brothers.
The famous Korean fable of two good brothers is based on the real-life story of two siblings who lived in Yesan, South Chungcheong Province. The part where the two brothers load hay at each other's home all through the night serves as an outstanding lesson.
평상시에는 동생과 많이 싸웠는데 이제는 의좋은 형제 보고 동생과 싸우지 않을 거라고 생각했어요.
떡 하나 주면 안 잡아먹지.
The hungry tiger waiting in the forest for ripe cakes makes the old moon and sun story more exciting. A festival on traditional Korean fables is being held here. Visitors can experience the past through these stories at traditional farm sets. Farming tools become fun toys. The elderly remember their young days by making egg bundles.
지금은 이제 돈 주지만 옛날에는 이걸 싸서 이게 줬다고 옛날에 홀집이.
체험도 해보고 또 다른 사람을 통해서 이야기도 들어보고 또 이야기가 엮어져 나가는 과정에서 아이들이 즐거움이 많았고요.
The inaugural Yesan Story Festival integrated other events held in the region and ended Sunday.
Dancing has become the most popular pastime among today's older generation. Here are some great dancers who met at a competition for senior citizens. These dancers look splendid in a sparkling pink outfit and a pair of dandy shoes. Only their silvery hair and wrinkles betray their age. Brimming with youthful energy, they are members of a silver dance team, whose average age is 60. They are getting ready for a dance competition.
넓어지고 너무 기뻐요. 그리고 스텝 하나하나 할 때마다 좀 어렵기는 한데 그래도 하고 보면은 너무 좋아요. 그래서 스포 댄스 잘했다 싶고.
Dancing is said to be the hottest course at senior centers around the country. At this senior citizen center, some 60 members are enrolled in a dance class. Here's the oldest member of the team. He is 80 years old.
그 나이야 뭐 무슨 상관이 있어요? 그 뭐 숫자에 지니지 않는데 이 사지가 다 움직이니까 그게 굉장한 운동이 되고 또 그 헐므로서 하나의 매일매일 생활에 하는 뭐 그게 기울이 잡히는 것 같아요.
This couple in their 70s are completely into this sport. They even practice dancing at home to prepare for the competition.
우리는 하루에 100번도 눈을 맞춰요. 그런 사람이 나와라 그랬어요. 하루에 수십 번씩 눈을 서로 맞추니까는.
놀면은 무력해지고 뭐 너무 나태해지고 그런다는데 우리는 그거를 전혀 못 느끼고 취미생활을 해서 그런지 계속 그냥 점점 즐거워지는 거야 이게.
The two have enjoyed each other's company by sharing hobbies. The couple started taking dance lessons in 2003 for their health. They are among several senior citizen dance teams who have gathered for the competition from all over the country. The preliminary rounds have taken place for a month last August. Some 3,000 dancers took part in the preliminary rounds nationwide, demonstrating the popularity of dancing among the elderly population. 17 teams with the highest preliminary scores have advanced to the final rounds. These silver dancers show up their moves in tango, waltz, cha-cha-cha, and zive. Their energetic moves are just as spellbinding as their sparkling outfits. The team that took the grand prize is from the North Jeolla Province Senior Center. Winning a competition may be great, but these elderly participants all agree that dancing gave them health and energy.
항암 치료 받고도 계속 이 댄스 스포츠를 접해갖고 지금까지 3년째 지금 댄스 스포츠를 하고 있는데요. 건강이 아주 좋아졌습니다.
These elderly dancers show that there is no retiring from life, and that age is only a number. They are living proof that life begins at 60. Here are today's economic indicators and the weather. That's it for this edition of KBS World News Today. Have a nice day and thank you for watching.